If you would like some good quality anime merch, you can get it from Beautiful Halo, link in the description, and don't forget to use my link. And for 5% off on your next $49 plus order, use the code MEME, and for 10% off on your next $99 plus order, use code MEME, MEME, and let's get right into the intro. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is what if Naruto was adopted by Tsunade Part 3 finale. Last time we left off with Naruto, of course, going on the 2-year trip with Jiraiya. Of course, already knowing medical ninjutsu, he's going to start learning jutsus from the other legendary Sanin. And here, remember, Naruto has Jiraiya's summoning, and Tsunade actually starts training Sakura. Of course, both Naruto and Sakura have been trained under Tsunade, and so Tsunade has already trained someone in the past, which is her son, and so she finds it much easier to train her because remember, Sakura and Ino were the first two people that she trained, and Ino gave up while Sakura continued. But anyways, now, of course, uh, Tsunade and Sakura's training, well, Sakura's training goes exactly the same. While Naruto already knew most of the stuff that Sakura's learning, and he is actually close to having the 100 jutsu seal, or wait, the Byakugo seal, I'll just call it that. I don't want to can't be just remembering the English name. But anyways, of course, Naruto doesn't want it anymore because he realizes that Sakura would be a better fit for it, and if Naruto has it, he's more of a aggressive fighter than a pacifier. Of course, the healer has to be on the backs in the back, since she or he has to heal people, and Naruto likes fighting mostly, so he actually likes Jiraiya's style a bit more, since Jiraiya is literally a powerhouse. Anyways, since Naruto actually already knew the Rasengan, he's not going to have to train in mastering the Master Rasengan, because it was much easier for Naruto because of his chakra control. And so once he actually tried it the first time, he was able to do it. It didn't take him too long, and so they continued their training trip by actually sorry, by actually improving Naruto's taijutsu skill, and also continuing in finding a new technique that is basically the Rasengan, but adding a chakra release to it, and a chakra change the formation of the chakra. Naruto, of course, got the idea of the Rasen Shuriken, but before he did that, he actually learned something much easier, which is the lightning release Rasengan, which is actually called the vanishing Rasengan, because he vanishes midair and Naruto can actually throw it. Naruto has never thought of throwing a Rasengan before, but he was actually able to do it, and once he did it, of course, he was really surprised that he did it. And anyways, anywho, of course, Naruto actually asked Jiraiya about Sage Mode, something that Tsunade has actually told Naruto about, something that Jiraiya knows, and it's a pretty strong technique. Jiraiya tells Naruto that once he masters the Rasen Shuriken, not the Rasengan, sorry, my bad, he will teach him Sage Mode. And of course, Naruto now has new motivation to learn the Rasen Shuriken, and actually goes off to learn it. And of course, Jiraiya and both Naruto and Jiraiya learn it together. And in the end, after 2 years of training, Naruto actually mastered the Rasengan, and he actually mastered how to throw it. That's why it took him a lot longer. He took him a few months to learn the Rasen Shuriken, because it was actually pretty hard, since he wasn't using clones. He was actually doing it one by one. Of course, it would have been easier if he used the clones, but Naruto decided to do it like a normal person would do it. But anyways, now, of course, Naruto begins his Sage Mode training last 6 months, and he's not able to do much of it. All he learns is he gets close to imperfect Sage Mode, but he doesn't even learn that. Of course, this was a lot harder for Naruto. This was completely different from the actual Sage Mode training from the actual training that he used to do with Tsunade. And anyways, now 2.5 years pass, and Naruto returns to the village. Here, Naruto is much stronger from the original, especially because he was already strong as hell once he left the village. Much stronger than he was probably like a 15-year-old Naruto strong, which is a year into his training. But anyways, now a year and a half training. But anyways, Naruto returns at the age of 16 and meets up with Sakura, and of course Sakura and Naruto have their bell test as per normal. Once they begin the bell test, of course Naruto has a lot of techniques that he wants to show off, but he doesn't want to show all of them because that will just make it easier for Kakashi to actually understand how they work. And if he shows them all at once, Kakashi, if he's able to somehow dodge all of them, or still stand after all the jutsu since he's pretty overpowered, Kakashi will have an opportunity to beat down Naruto anyways. Now, of course, Naruto and Sakura, of course, fight Kakashi, and in the end, Naruto was actually able to take the two bells with Sakura, thanks to a genjutsu he learned. He actually learned the Toad dance, which is actually pretty strong, strong technique. But anyways, of course, Kakashi was able to break out of it last second, but it was too late. Even though he broke out of it, he saw the two actually taking the two bells from him, and that was pretty much it. After this, Naruto spent the whole day with Shizune and Tsunade, since Shizune is like an older sister, and Tsunade is literally like his mother or grandmother basically. But anyways, now of course the next day Naruto gets waken up by Shizune because he was actually sleeping in their house, and well, her house, since she's the one taking care of him mostly. But anyways, of course Naruto gets news about what happened to Gaara, and he wants to head out straight away. Team 7 has been reunited other than Sasuke, and of course now Naruto and Sakura, and of course and also Kakashi go off to the Sand Village, and on the way they find Temari, and all of them together go to the Sand Village. And of course here the antidote is found much faster instead of needing a few days, since Naruto himself is a healing, or well, medical ninja as well. It's much easier for them to find one because Naruto helped out too. Not only was Sakura the one to do it, but Naruto joined in and said that he can help out. And Shio was like, what do you mean? And Naruto then says that he's a medical ninja as well, not just a normal ninja. Of course then Kakashi goes to explain that he was adopted by Tsunade, one of the legendary Sanin, and he was trained by her over the years that she was taking care of him. And now he's training with Jiraiya, of course, the other legendary Sanin. And she was pretty surprised, since if he was trained by Tsunade and Jiraiya, he must be pretty strong, right? And he must be pretty prideful, since he's part of the Leaf Village and everything, and they've been in 3 wars, like, you know what I mean. But of course Naruto doesn't care about village pride at all. All he cares about is saving his friend as of right now. Of course this actually moved Chio quite a bit, and she started thinking that maybe the new generation is the generation that's going to change everything of what happened in the past and everything. But anyways, now of course Naruto and the rest head out a day earlier, so while while Gaara's tail beast was getting sealed away, and it was much easier to find it since they had more time, since they came out much earlier. But anyways, of course once they found it, it was still too late, and they broke into the cave or the hideout and saw that Gaara's body was on the ground, while Sasori and Deidara were actually just chilling, resting before they move out. But anyways, of course now Naruto attacks Deidara before anyone could even see. Naruto body flickers towards Deidara. Naruto's much faster than anyone could even see. That was because of his rage state too. Naruto, pretty pissed off, kicks Deidara right in the face, and tries to kick Sasori in his shell, but of course Sasori was about to stab him with the poisonous tail, but Naruto's kick was so strong that he broke through that, and Sasori's like, the hell? And Naruto's like, do you really think something like that will help you win? And basically Sasori's like, just what the hell are you? And Naruto then says that he's going to kill him, and basically Naruto tries to attack Sasori again, but then Deidara comes in the way and saves Sasori. Of course Naruto was pretty pissed off that Deidara got in the way, and was like, god damn it, and basically goes off to attack Deidara again. Of course now Sasori tells Deidara to take Gaara's body and head out. He'll he'll catch up to him, and they need some time since there's a lot of them, and in the end, Deidara listens to Sasori and actually goes off on his own. But of course, Naruto doesn't allow it. Naruto follows along, and same as Kakashi, and in the end, the fight against Sasori and no, Sakura and Shio versus Sasori initiates by Sakura actually trying to punch Sasori but nearly getting stabbed by him by his tail. But in the end, Shio saving her and Sakura being able to break through Sasori's shell, and in the end, the fight goes exactly the same. Since Sakura doesn't get too much of a power boost here, Naruto did, of course, since he was trained by Tsunade from a young age, very young age, anyways. Of course, Naruto kept the Nine Tails chakra inside of him. Of course, even though being pretty freaking pissed, he kept his cool. He didn't keep his cool. He was pretty pissed off. So pissed off that even the Nine Tails' eyes started showing in Naruto's own eyes. So his blue eyes went into red Nine Tails looking eyes. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto, who finally caught up to Deidara, actually punched Deidara right in the face. And, Deidara wasn't fast enough to dodge. And caught Gaara's body, and of course Deidara was trying to escape, but Naruto actually threw a vanishing Rasengan at Deidara, which Deidara thought he dodged since he vanished, but it was all planned by Naruto. Naruto was going to allow Deidara to get a bit far until to just paralyze him, and once he actually hit him with the vanishing Rasengan, Deidara was fully paralyzed, which Naruto then took advantage of and literally killed Deidara on the spot, saying that one Akatsuki member down, a few more to go. And basically then, taking Gaara's body back, he goes back to the cave, or the Akatsuki hideout, to see that Sasori was killed, or he got killed by the puppets, the mother and father puppet, and still giving the information about Orochimaru's meeting place. Now, of course, Naruto, who brought back Gaara, he was pretty sad that Gaara didn't make it, and he was too late to save Gaara, and Chio in the end still gave her life up, and Naruto actually understood what technique this was and told her asked her if she was fine with giving her own life up for Gaara's, and of course she tells him that one of her she's already 1 feet in the grave, and so there's no point of her not giving up her life and trying to survive for the last few years of her life, and giving it to Gaara, since he's the Kazekage and he's much younger, and she believes that Gaara this generation will be the generation where everything goes well, and all the villagers come together. Instead of fighting, they fight together, and they basically become allies, just like what happened in the war. In the war arc, of course, the allied shinobi forces, all the Hokages actually came together to actually create a new OP force, which was called the allied shinobi forces, but we all know that, of course. But anyways, of course, if you're new, I suggest you watch the series before watching the What If, because I covered the whole series. Anyways, now, and if you want to watch a truly amazing story, go watch the series. Anyways, of course, Naruto returns, and here he doesn't need any training, and once they find out about Asuma's death, Naruto is actually pretty saddened by this, especially because this was the team where his two friends were in, and so he actually went to console them. And once they actually headed out, I'm just saying, I cannot skip the meeting arc. Of course, Naruto still loses his cool and goes into his full tail state, and that bit stays the same as per normal. But anyways, here Naruto, instead of after actually hitting Sakura, he was actually able to heal Sakura much better than what she did to herself. But anyways, and that is because Naruto is more skilled than Sakura in healing, even though Sakura will become more skilled in healing than him. But Naruto, if you were to compare Naruto in healing himself to her, Naruto is much better. So self-healing, Naruto is much better. It's going to be always better, especially because once he's going to get the KCM, Kurama can just heal him, and also he has the fast regeneration of cells anyways, just like Hashirama. Now, Naruto, of course, he goes off with Team 10, and here, of course, after seeing what happened, after seeing that the Full Tails was let out, Yamato was actually assigned to Team 10 to actually taking Naruto, and Kakashi was there too. So both of these two team leaders come together. Yamato and Kakashi are friends, so they know each other, and Yamato was more than gladly accepted the offer from, Kakashi, and of course Kakashi did convince him to become a Jonin team leader for Team 10, and plus it was because Naruto wanted to go with Team 10 to neutralize uh, the Akatsuki. But anyways, of course, once Yamato actually became the Jonin team leader of Team 10, he actually had of course, Team 10 was kind of skeptical because they've never had another team leader other than, their old one, which was Asuma, and they weren't sure about this. But anyways, they accepted it, and in the end, they didn't regret it because they kept Naruto at bay. He kept Naruto at bay, and plus, he was pretty strong as well. Anyways, and since he was in the Anbu, he had a bit more experience than Asuma, since Asuma was never in the Anbu. Anywho, of course, Naruto obliterates, he obliterates Kakuzu, and he then gets destroyed by Shikamaru. I completely forgot the names for some reason, but anyways, the story doesn't change too much here on out, but I'm still going to cover it because some bits change. For example, the fight against Pain that was held by, well, of course, we can't skip that, Orochimaru's death, and basically then Sasuke goes to fight his brother Itachi, and of course the fight against Pain that was happening with Jiraiya doesn't die here, because once you actually went to train with Naruto, train him in mastering Sage Mode, he mastered Sage Mode himself, and after coming back, of course, he takes Naruto to actually, and now Naruto has to master Sage Mode, especially because it's a must. If Pain comes to get him, it's all over, and just saying Itachi still dies as per normal. And anywho, of course, Naruto mastering Sage Mode now actually returns to see the village. Actually, he returns a bit earlier here, and he sees the village getting attacked, not the destroyed village, and so he joins in to protect the village. And in the end, of course, Pain was never able to use the catastrophic not catastrophic, the almighty push, the wait, what was it called? Wait, what? Let me search up. I don't even know. I can't find the name, but I don't care. I'm just gonna say the almighty push. He did an almighty push the whole entire village. But anyways, I think it was called catastrophic almighty push. But anyways, now after this, of course, Naruto actually came before this, and of course, saved the whole entire village. Tsunade never went into a coma, especially because Jiraiya didn't die here. She wasn't depressed in the first place, and Naruto coming in to save the village right before the village got destroyed. Tsunade's efforts of saving people weren't in vain, because people didn't. Not as many people died, but many people died as per normal. But anyways, of course, Naruto actually came in and destroyed all the Pains one by one, and here Naruto's much stronger, and he was actually regenerating his cells whenever he got injured, and so Pain had a much harder time to verse Naruto. But anyways, Naruto, after a ton of fighting, he was able to overpower Pain and destroy him, and of course both Naruto and Jiraiya go together to find Nagato. Of course, they talk on Jutsu Nagato, and Nagato uses the Rinna Rebirth to actually revive the people who died in this attack, and of course gives his life up. Conan still says that she has some work to do with the she wants to finish off something that she needs to do something, and in the end goes off on her own, thinking that she can beat Obito on her own with her billions. I think it was like 6 billion paper bombs. But anyways, of course, that wasn't going to be enough, since Obito actually knows the Izanagi and Izanami, I'm pretty sure it's called. Of course, Obito is pretty overpowered. But anyways, now Naruto, of course, Conan still dying as per normal, and Obito getting the Rinnegan, finally finished, and of course, now the 5 Kage Summit was still called up, was still made because of Sasuke killing, not killing, actually capturing the 8 tails. Of course, this didn't actually happen, and the Raikage didn't know that the 8 tails actually, or Killer Bee, was able to escape. But anyway, Sasuke was actually heading to the Leaf Village, and Naruto actually found out from Obito. Yes, Obito himself came to Naruto to tell what happened, tell Naruto about the truth about the Itachi, about the Uchiha massacre and everything. And so Naruto actually knew that Sasuke was coming here. Once Sasuke arrived here, of course, they fought, and Naruto was able to overpower Sasuke, which made Sasuke even stronger, even more jealous and pissed off, because Danzo, well, of course Danzo died, but still Sasuke was pretty pissed off at how he's still weaker than Naruto. And anyways, now of course Obito came to get Sasuke after declaring the war, the fourth great ninja war, and declaring war on all the nations for the 8 and the 9 tails, since they actually found out that the 8 tails was able to escape last second. But anyways, of course Obito was still pretty pissed off at Sasuke, but still he needed Sasuke since he got the offer from Kabuto, and he couldn't really refuse since Kabuto had Madara, and he didn't know, as Obito still didn't know, that if a reanimation is actually stronger than the caster, they can actually get overpower the caster and actually return to have their own will. And anyways, of course he didn't know that, and so he had to just accept it. But anyways, now of course after this, Sasuke still gets the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto still goes to Master KCM and meets both of his parents, which made him much happier. And meeting his parents, of course, changed his way of fighting. Well, he had a new goal, uniting everyone together, since of course they're all united anyway, but of course this was just because of one war. He wants everyone to work together even in the future, and so he needs to show to everyone that, of course this war is going to show to everyone that they need to work together. If they don't, once a future threat comes out or comes up, they're all going to die one by one. And so now, of course, Naruto and Killer Bee go off to fight in the war and save the people, or fight together with the others. But anyways, Naruto still has to fight Itachi, and Itachi still gave Naruto the gift. Anyways, of course, Itachi gets Koto Matsukami, and anyways, now after this, Itachi still goes with Sasuke to finish off Kabuto, and Naruto has to fight the reanimated Shinobi, the reanimated Jinchuriki, and still gets KCM2, gets their powers too. And anyways, that rhymed. Wow, did I just rhyme 2 with 2? Yes, I just did, I don't care. Anyways, after this, Naruto and Killer Bee went off to fight the Ten Tails, and the rest of the series pretty much went the same way. And I'm not going to change much. The healing part didn't come in too clutch, especially other than regenerating his chakra, which could have actually came in, did a bit more. But after the 4 Kage got reanimated, the series just stayed exactly the same. So there's not much to change, and I know it's kind of anticlimactic. You'd think that I'm going to change quite a bit, but I'm not, because there is nothing to change there. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs there, and don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet Miniman93, and also follow Shokir on Instagram. Subscribe to my second channel, the King of Noobs, and also I might be making a new channel for just Dragon Ball What Ifs, since I love Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball What Ifs are not too loved on my channel, so I'm just going to make a new one, and that's going to start from 2021. But anyways, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server. All the links are in the description below, and get you good quality anime merch from my link in the description, which leads to Beautiful Halo. Anyway, peace guys. My doctor, you're dismissed. I'll see you tomorrow.